Later this afternoon, he will send out Imperial Counsel to make his two-turn debut in the Gotham here in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us live via telephone from Florida, Mr. Shug McGaughey. Shug, Mark, and Mike, welcoming you back to Down the Stretch.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Shug.
Shug, before I send you over to Michael in a discussion on Imperial Counsel, let me ask you, how are the horsemen reacting to the news from Magna about Gulfstream up for sale and about the Chapter 11 bankruptcy situation?
Not much been said about it, Mark. You know, it's been interesting reading in the paper down here. You know, they've had an article in the business section the last 2 days. Of course, it was on the news Thursday night when it was announced. I think that the biggest worry is kind of what's going to happen, and if Magna isn't able to hold on to Gulfstream, you know, who will have it, and you know what will happen. But you know, as of being worried about the purse structure, it's all controlled by the Florida HPPA, so it's separate from Magna itself, which I guess Santa Anita's had a little problem with. That maybe some of the checks that they've issued, they've had to put a hold on. That ain't going to happen down here, and they say that all the employees, 900, which is maybe 420 or temporary, 480 or temporary, 420 permanent, you know, won't be affected. But I think probably when we're going to start seeing a lot of things happen when the meet's over with, when all the horses are left Gulfstream and Palmettos, that you know, that I imagine things are going to start popping a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for that, Shug. Now, for a discussion on Shug's very nice 3-year-old colt, Imperial Counsel, here's Michael.
Shug, good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, Michael. How are you?
It's good to talk with you again, and for our audience, we're discussing the Gotham Stakes and some happier thoughts this morning, Imperial Counsel. Shug, I'll start with, how is he to train? And I ask this question because his paternal grandmother, Tussaud, was known for her obstinacy and her individuality. So how is Imperial Counsel on that score?
He's been fine, Michael. I mean, I've always known, and you know, Empire Maker wasn't any gentleman himself.
Yeah.
And kind of being out of a Thunder Gulch mare, he could easily have some tendencies. But you know, the only problem I've ever had with him, which came as a shock, was the first time we ran him when he kind of exploded in the paddock at Saratoga.
Yeah.
And then we worked on that when we got back to Belmont. And when I put him in the stall at Belmont and went to put the tack on him, he reared straight up in the air. And but he had never showed any of those tendencies. And I think you'll see today they won't put him in the stall over at Aqueduct. He schooled over there perfectly Thursday.
Good. And
they'll just kind of keep him out walking, and you know, he'll be fine. But the day that he acted up at Saratoga, I was surprised. He had never showed any indication of that at all. But his daily training is pretty easy.
Shug, after Imperial Counsel broke his maiden last fall at Belmont, you put him away. Apparently no consideration of the late fall series of the Nashua Remsen, or was there? What was the reason for stopping at that point?
He had some shins, Mike. They weren't bad, but I thought he was a little immature. I thought he'd lightened up a little bit between the Saratoga race and the race on October 4th, whatever that was. And so we just thought that, you know, he needed